is Ecko Media, connecting voices. Ecko Media, connecting voices.
Commercial drivers plying the province's routes at the Texaco parking ground has commended the present leadership of the drivers' union for their commitment and reliability towards their responsibility. They stressed about the increase of fuel price has been a great challenge between them and the passengers traveling to the provinces.
Some passengers are stubborn, but it's our business. We always try to manage with our people to make things right. One of our main challenges is fuel price, and it's really affecting us. Passengers are not coming presently. The park is dry, most especially for us, the small vehicle drivers. But the leadership is working strongly as presently we are renovating our building. Things are very difficult for us to do nowadays, but we are trying to manage it.
We say can cope up, let's just manage, no more let you strike back. But for the power they present,
even the government price, we know they abide to the drivers, you know.
Even the government has put its own price, still the people are crying, saying it is too much, but we are adjusting the price for us to understand ourselves. I'm so happy to see the construction that is going on. That is to show that the present leadership is working.
That's why we don't cancel the main business, because at least if they pay this money.
Bob Simbangura is a member of the Motor Drivers and General Transport Workers Union. He is one of the manifest officers in the Texaco driving park. He explained about their work and duties in the park.
Manifest, they got a lot of good things, about the country as a whole. You understand? Because one, they got regulations. You understand? Fine. And now go find for the driver flying at the provinces without having a passenger's manifest. You understand? And under Section 32 of the Road Traffic Regulation of 2011, subsection 1, they tell you, say, the driver must have a passenger's manifest. Okay. Then, Section 2, they tell you back, say, you understand? Any passenger who refuses to be give detail into the manifest should not be allowed to enter into that particular vehicle. You understand? Because some of them are all than the help we, as well as the passengers as well. All this we can do for any eventuality on the road, any problem. You understand? Because many people then they travel without no valid document. They see ID card, no nothing. You see, but through the manifest, we can able to trace from which side the person come on, down to the side where they go. Then we got the names and contacts of the next of kin of that passenger in case of any problem.
The Deputy National Secretary of the Motor Drivers and General Transport Workers Union, Mohamed Kaindane Conte, explained on the present situation of the park and the infrastructural developments the union is undertaking presently.
Well, at the present status, we need restructuring and rehabilitation. Within the administrative setup and system of operations, we don't restructure it. Within the infrastructure, we symbolize we own headquarters, we need rehabilitation. So both of them two things here, they carry on simultaneously.
The Motor Drivers and General Transport Workers Union is responsible for the day-to-day running and welfare of the commercial drivers. However, the union has presently embarked on rehabilitation of their main office building and encourage all drivers in the park to continuously adhere to their commitments as the union is working relentlessly towards the progress and development of the union. So Ibrahim Amara.
On Monday, April 20, 2026, the National Sport Authority (NSA) held a press conference at the authority's headquarters in Freetown to celebrate the 2 years tenure of the Executive Director, Dr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi ASQ. Director Emmanuel Abdullahi Safa was appointed on 15 April 2024 to lead the Sports Authority. During the press conference, Eric Fomba, the Director of Communication, gave a profile of Dr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi.
Dr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi is the Executive Director of the National Sport Authority, appointed by His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Madabio on 15 April 2024. He also served as the CEO for Lower Football Club, a Sierra Leone Premier League club with several branches across the country. He is a legal scholar. Dr. Abdullahi is a PhD in law and served as the head of department for Law at Family College, University of Sierra Leone. He has authored 3 books, including works on constitutional law and governance, and a journal now used by students nationally and internationally. Dr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi is a former journalist and publisher of the Newswatch newspaper and the founder and executive director of the Society for Democratic Initiative (SDI). He began his legal career with Sierra Leone Truth and Reconciliation Commission in 2004. where he represented victims, activists, journalists, and political victims through SDI.
Dr. Abdurrahman Swari, the Deputy Executive Director, in his submission said Dr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi has demonstrated leadership and has built a delivery team around him, while stating the roles and responsibility of the directors within the NSA and plans for the 2026, something he said they are on the right trajectory.
But he has demonstrated leadership and he has built a delivery team around him. For us, before now, people having appointments to serve in positions where we are serving the National Sport Authority. He brought in a delivery team. Whilst I was in the UK on study leave, he said, you know what, I think we all need the director of participation. What probably Director John did not elaborate on, he only introduced those directors. But some of the journalists here, they don't even know the roles and function of those directors. You see, the director of participation and sustainable sport, this is good for the journalists. Because we invited you today to be here for obvious reasons. We want to present to you a success story, and at the same time, we want to present to you what we do here. And I can challenge you, not all journalists are very much afraid with the actual mandate of the NSA. So superficially you just see the NSA yes, is there as an agency, the technical wing of the Ministry of Sport. But our mandate is very far as a law. Even when we went to Parliament the other day, the MPs, one of them confessed, he said, really, to be honest, the powers of the NSA is enormous. So if you hear the Director of Participation and Sustainable Sports, everything we do here in sport is sport sustainability.
Dr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi ASQ, in his speech, reflects on his journey as a journalist, noting he is a media owner. Director Abdullahi says he was very happy to be at the press conference whilst thanking President Bio for appointing him. He mentioned that he comes from a completely different background. He said when he came to the NSA, President Bio gave him a mandate to use sports and engage young people to ensure that young people play sports, but also to develop sports to the extent to be beneficial and profitable. He showcased to the nation the things the National Sport Authority has done in the last 2 years under his leadership, whilst presenting some statistical reports. The National Sport Authority is charged with the responsibility to regulate, develop, encourage, and supervise all sports in the county, and also has the mandate to ensure that there is national and international competence in promoting sports. He mentioned his administration has made a tangible achievement, including infrastructural development.
I always regard myself as a journalist, having spent 20 years of my life in that profession, and also thank President Bill for appointing me to talk about what we are doing. And so we finally agreed as a team to do this. Before I start, I want to thank President Bill for appointing me in this sector. I came from completely different background. I am essentially an NGO person, a private sector person, and then a teacher. And a lot of people say I'm a lawyer. I think, yes, I am qualified and trained to be a lawyer, but I like doing other things other than the law. So when I came to the NSA, it was on the mandate of the president to use sports to engage young people. Now this is basically our mission and our vision. So we provide as a mandate legitimate and orderly avenue for the overall development of sport. We ensure that there is good governance, clarity of roles, and then there is a national identity. You know, when I came to the NSA, I set up a 7-pillar for sports development. Those 7 pillars you can see in front of you there. One was for the establishment of the Sport Development Fund, infrastructural development, the evolution of the NSA and sports generally, reforms and accountability, diversity, capacity building and staff assessment, national and international competition.
Dr. Abdullahi Esq in his 2 years has done more than what others have done in 30 years for citizens. Anticipates more progress in sport with him in the lead. For Ecko News, Marie Bilkish Dumbia reporting.
Sachet water business continues to thrive in Freetown, with many traders, from factory operators to street vendors, working daily to earn a living in what appears to be a booming industry. Across the street, cold sachet water sellers are a common sight. Moving through busy streets from morning to evening, they carry water in coolers and basins, calling out to attract customers. One such vendor, Abu, says his daily goal is to sell at least 25 bundles of water. For some, the business has been life-changing. Abibatu Sanko, a physically challenged retailer, has been in the trade for over a decade. According to her, everything started small, selling just 5 bundles a day, but now sells about 20 bundles a day. She says the business has been rewarding and continues to support her livelihood.
I have been taking care of my children and myself. I have benefited a lot from this business.
Meanwhile, sachet water production has also expanded significantly. Factories are now found in many communities across the country, with most producing up to 500 bundles per day. However, challenges remain. Ramadan, a manager at a factory in Hastings, notes that operational costs and other constraints continue to affect production.
It's challenging for this water business.
There are lots of challenges in the water business.
Right now, on a photo ground.
We keep striving so that we will not stay out of business.
The pepper business back inside, all don't go up.
Prices of everything, including fuel and materials, have increased.
A bundle of sachet water typically contains 20 sachets and sells between 8 leon and 13 leons, depending on the brand, size, and location. Individual sachets are commonly sold at 1 leon, making them affordable for the average consumer. Despite the scale of production, observations suggest that retailers, especially those who chill and sell water, may be making higher profits than factory owners. Aliuddin Sese, spokesperson for Long Life Pure Water on Jenkins Street, shares his perspective on the market dynamics.
Where the vendors are making profit.
The vendors are making more profit in this business because they buy at 8 leons and sell at 1 leon for each. They are making more money than us, the factory owners.
So then they make more income than we factories people.
Sachet water remains the preferred choice for many Sierra Leoneans due to its affordability and availability. In some cases, customers can even get 3 sachets for 2 leons. Although sizes may vary, prices remain relatively consistent across the market. Reporting for Ecko Media News, Melissa Fort.
The Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, is expected to travel to Pakistan for a second round of talks with Iranian negotiators, with the Strait of Hormuz and Iran's nuclear ambitions at the center of negotiation. President Trump continues signaling support for diplomacy.
We have very good conversations going on. It's working out very well.
But he also continues making threats.
They're going to have no bridges. They're going to have no power plants.
Today, he warns that it's highly unlikely that he will extend the ceasefire with Iran if a deal isn't reached by Wednesday night's deadline. But Iran president warns that his country will not bow down to coercion. Gas prices ease slightly but remain high amid war.
Astronomical gas prices. It's insane right now.
Meanwhile, in Louisiana, 30-year-old Shaman Elkins killed his 7 children and their cousin, 3 boys, 5 girls. According to family, the wife, who is now fighting for her life, had told him she wanted a divorce. Authorities say father died in a shootout by the police after burning down his family in 2 different homes, where he also wounded his wife and another woman. For Ecko Media International News, Patricia Elizabeth Jitabao.
This is Ecko Media, connecting voices. Ecko Media, connecting voices. This is Ecko Media, connecting voices.